What's up, guys? Justin here with TheSketchUpEssentials.com. So in today's video, we're going to continue our series on architectural extensions for SketchUp by checking out a tool for creating windows in SketchUp. Let's go ahead and just jump into it. All right, so remember that you can get links to all the extensions, the example models from the videos, and tutorial links by checking out my SketchUp Architecture Extensions guide. You can check that out at TheSketchUpEssentials.com/architecture extensions. All right, so in this video, we're going to be checking out Lattice Maker. Lattice Maker is a free extension from TIG that allows you to create commercial style windows from surfaces in SketchUp. You can download it for free in the Sketchucation plugin store. So you can just go to the Sketchucation website and search for Lattice Maker. And what Lattice Maker is it's a tool designed to help you generate basically windows from surfaces. So let's hop over into SketchUp and see how this works. So when you install Lattice Maker, it's going to show up under your extensions list. So if I drop down, I want to look for the option for Lattice Maker, make sure that you have it installed and enabled. But then when I click on this, it's going to pop up options. And the options are going to be to let me set things like the width of the lattice, the depth, as well as the inset for the glass and the pane thickness, and some other things as well. But if we just take this and click on OK, you can see what this has done is this has gone in here and it's taken this surface, it's offset it in, and it's basically created a frame around the outside. Okay, and so the problem before is when we created this, we didn't actually select a pane material, right? So this was actually set to none. And so if you select it, if you set it to none, it's not actually going to generate this glass on the inside. So what we can do is we can pick a pane material, and we can either pick the default material or we can just go with glass. So glass is one of the defaults, and that's usually what I pick. But there's other things we can adjust too, right? So the width of the window, as well as the depth of the window and the inset of the pane. And so we'll leave this at 1/4 of an inch and we'll click on OK. We'll notice what that's going to do is that's going to generate this with an actual piece of glass on the inside. So it's taking the borders, it's offsetting them in, and then it's adding a piece of glass on the inside. And so one of the cool things about this tool is you can do that for multiple different faces at once. So if I run Lattice Maker now, on these 4 faces, it's going to run this operation on all of those faces, right? So in this case, I'm going to make the width a little bit narrower. We're going to click on OK, but notice how it'll take all of these faces at once, offset them in, and create a series of glass panes like this. So it's super powerful from that standpoint. Now, one of the cool things about this is this can also work with non-rectangular shapes. So it doesn't really matter what shape you have in here. So if I run Lattice Maker like this, it's going to do the same thing, right? It's going to find the borders, it's going to offset it in, and then it's going to extrude this, and then it's going to add a piece of glass on the inside right here. And so notice how this is a little closer forward, right? So it's basically starting the glass pane at 1/2 an inch. So you would want to move this back a little bit further if you needed this like totally centered inside of this object. So definitely something to be aware of. But again, you can select multiple different faces. So you can use this to add glass to those objects really quickly, like so. Like this. And so in the past, I've used it for things like curtain wall that turns a corner or storefront that turns a corner or something like this. I would definitely say this is something that's more of a commercial window generation tool, though you could use it, I guess, to simulate. You could use this to simulate residential windows as well. Usually I use it for this more commercial style of glass. But again, if I run this, it's going to work on all of those objects. Now you do have to pay attention to the corners a little bit. So in this case, for example, notice how these work okay, but it gets a little bit weird in the way it turns corners sometimes. So sometimes you do have to go in there and clean that up a little bit, but mostly it does a pretty good job. Now, one thing that is worth noting is this is using the underlying face geometry, right? So let's say that I was to use something like sandbox tools and I wanted to create a curved surface or something that isn't flat. So I'm just going to set this to a 1-foot lattice right here, and we'll just create a simple lattice. Well, remember that sandbox tool surfaces are triangulated, right? And so that triangulation is what allows you to use tools like the smooth tool in order to move them up and down. So we're going to set our radius to like 3 feet right here. But if we were to try to run Lattice Maker on this surface, what you're going to get is you're going to get a bunch of triangulated faces in here, right? And so the reason you're getting triangulated faces in here is because that surface is actually made up of tris rather than quads. And so that means that it's going to give you this kind of like rectangular surface in here, which, while it's cool, isn't especially helpful. So that is something to kind of be aware of. Now, that being said, you can use this in order to create glass on curved surfaces. So, for example, if we were to take a curved surface like this one, what's going to happen is basically it's going to use the hidden geometry of the face in order to generate a bunch of glass. So that's something to be aware of when you're creating the faces. But if I was to run Lattice Maker right here, notice how it's going to give me a bunch of individual panes like this. Now, what you could do is you could use this if you use the arc tool. So if you tap the A key and then type in something like 4, and hit the enter key, right? So it's basically going to create a 4-sided arc right here. Well, now, if I take this object and extrude this up, right, remember that this is only made up of 4 faces. And so when I generate this, it's going to create a different kind of glass in here, like so. So you can use the number of segments in your extrusion in order to set the number of faces, which will then allow you to create curved glass in here. And so if we were to split this face up, so that's something to be aware of as well. So if you were to split this face up, right, you're going to get 4 panes on every one of these right here. So again, if you understand the way the underlying geometry works in here, you can use this to really quickly generate things like windows. Now, one of the problems with this tool and the limitations is it doesn't recognize interior mullions. Right? So like, for example, if you've got a 1-inch piece out here and it's trying to offset all of these faces in like this, the problem you're going to get in the middle is you're going to get this on both sides. And so it makes the middle too wide, right? This is 1 inch too wide. And that's kind of a limitation of Lattice Maker. Now, there is a tool out there called S4U Frame that can do this while also maintaining the thickness of the interiors where it's not doubled up. Unfortunately, at least as of filming this video, when I try to run this tool and then close out of SketchUp and then open it back up, it's crashing my SketchUp. So at the moment, I can't really recommend it until that bug gets fixed. And I don't know if that's something that's a conflict with another extension or if it just needs to be updated to work with SketchUp 2026 point whatever version I'm on right now. So that is an interesting tool. I really like using it, but unfortunately, as of this moment, I can't use it because it crashes my SketchUp. So hopefully that's something that gets fixed in the future. I probably wouldn't go there right now. I mean, you can try it, and then just if it doesn't work, then you can just delete out S4U Frame out of your plugins folder on your computer if you feel confident enough doing that. But unfortunately, at least as of the moment, Lattice Maker is the tool to use. All right, so that's where I'm going to end this video. Leave a comment below. Let me know if you're using Lattice Maker and if you've run into that same issue with S4U Frame that I'm running into. I just love having that conversation with you guys. If you want to get the full free architectural extensions guide, you can do that at the link on this page. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, and I'll catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.